Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to the second part of Let's Play King's Bounty Dark Side. In the previous part we started the Let's Play, visited our first NPC Clarissa, and she told us how we leave the castle and the island because it's being invaded by the forces of the light. So that's what we're gonna do today. We'll try to get out of this island, but we still have some things that we can do here, like pick up this spider egg, but well, some more important things as well. Our first stop will be here in the watermill. By the way, this start of the game I played multiple times, so here I kind of know where to go, what to do, and what to expect. So that's just to explain when I will say what is going to happen next. That's the reason why I know. Let's enter the mill. Greetings, master. Be careful. There are dozens of vampire hunters hiding beyond the cemetery. Some of them even cross the Black River Bridge. Buy some forces and supplies if necessary. The walk is not going to be safe. I must confess that I've come to kill you, my old servant. What are you talking about, master? I've served the house of the Morton faithfully for more than 100 years. What did I do wrong? Why do I deserve to die? Times change, and that servant will be of more use to me than a living one. Kill the miller and then reanimate his corpse. What does the new master want? The new master wants trade. This was a quest, and because we finished the quest we get some experience reward, which is enough to get us to a level 3, I think. Yep. So we got quite a few runes. We're gonna invest them in a moment, but here you can see that we really won't be nice to people in this Let's Play. We are playing for the dark side, and we will be evil. So you can expect that we will be killing innocent people and stuff like that, but from time to time it's fun to playing, or to really play for the evil. In some games they say that you are playing for the evil, but it really is not anything close to what I think of, like what it means to be evil. But here our goal really is to make people miserable, so yeah, it can be fun. Here we can just buy some skeletons and zombies, which we don't want. We want to rely on our vampires for some time, so we just leave. And our next quest is to kill this lost peasant. But this lost peasant is actually quite strong, even though it's only level 1, but it's a level 1 hero. There are two types of fights. One is only fights with groups of mobs without any lead, without any hero, and those are usually quite easier, definitely much easier than the second kind of fights, where these mobs are supported by a hero. Most important differences are the hero can cast spells, and second, the units have their stats increased by the stats of the hero. So all mobs in the army of this peasant will have their attack increased by 1, and more importantly, defense increased by 4. It's not that much, but well, we are early in the game, so every little bit is or can be dangerous. Before we enter the fight, kind of want to make sure that we have enough mana, because we're gonna have to rely on our spells quite heavily in this fight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to invest some points into concentration, because this will allow us to regenerate mana every turn in combat. And I'll go for level 2 so that we can regenerate 2 mana every turn. And also one more thing, we already know from the previous part that we want to get to diversions as soon as possible, and we have enough to get power of spirits that's required for diversions, so let's grab that. And we actually have enough for the diversions as well, so I am going to take it. That trap is huge. Even one trap is huge. We just can kite properly and make sure that something enters it. So let's take it. And now I think we are safe for this fight. Even though when we check in the corner of the screen it says enemy troop invincible, we will see this very often on impossible difficulty, and invincible does not always really mean it's not doable. Most of the time it's just, hey, it won't be easy, you will probably have to use some dirty tricks, but as I said, we should be fine. Greetings, traveler. I went to see the old miller to borrow some flour until the next harvest, and I got lost on my way back. I think the miller sent me down the wrong road. He seems to have lost his mind with age, and he really looks like a reheated corpse these days. Shut up, dinner. And attack. Okay, there is the trap. It's quite a decent position. Oh, this actually might not be that bad. It's only 3 stacks of mobs, and problem is that all the peasants are in 1 stack, and 176 is a lot. Now the question is what we are gonna do with them. We definitely can't tank 176 peasants, which means we have to reduce their numbers before they get to us. We can tank these 2. That should be fine. What I'm going to do is use slow on the peasants first. And just move to the side. I'd like to avoid this. Yeah, and this as well. Yeah. But he just ran out of mana. Just have to waste some more mana on another slow, because the problem is haste removes slow and replaces it with a speed buff, and we really can't afford or can't allow those peasants to get to us yet. So we're gonna negate the haste by using slow. Now we can come closer to these. I think these guys are called robbers. Oh, marauders. Don't remember all the names. And now we just have to burn down the stack as much as possible. You really need to get lucky with rolls, because the range is quite large, 7 to 25. We really need to hit the higher numbers as much as possible. 15, well, it's like in the middle. It leaves a poison behind, so that's gonna help. And this is why we needed the mana regeneration, so that we can cast more of these poison skulls. Come on, 26. Oh, 24, I'll take that. And keep killing these guys. Okay, the poison is hitting quite hard as well. And I think it's time to get out of here. Poof. Transform to vampire. Vampire bot, so you can see that we can move much faster now. And we'll be kiting for a while. But before that, let's just do some more damage. Okay, down to 100, but it's still too much. I don't want to get close to them as long as there is more like 50. I hope that we can get them lower than that, but well, we'll see. Okay, let's fly just 1 tile. Don't need to fly to the other side of the map yet. Okay, because of the mana regeneration, we can use another skull. Please, please. 20 is also decent. I'll just stay in this corner now. And keep kiting. We are still regenerating mana. This mana regeneration doesn't last forever. The better our mana regeneration is, the longer it lasts. But it is getting less and less effective as turns pass, and eventually this regeneration disappears completely, so you can't just kite in a combat forever and rely only on your spells. Eventually you will stop regenerating mana and you will have to start fighting with your units. Same with rage. You are not generating rage forever. As the fight goes on, we will generate less and less rage, and eventually stop generating it. So it's not possible to just go into fights with like one really fast unit and keep kiting and kill everything just with magic and rage. Okay, but for this combat or this fight, we should be fine. Okay, we can kill this guy now. And now we have enough for another skull. 72, this could be enough. Yeah, this is enough now. So let's transform back to vampires. Turn around, and together with this attack, yeah, they can do 26 damage. Even if they crit, they can't do 70 damage now. Or I think they can't do 70 damage. So now we just stay here, keep poking them. And now they die, and we managed to get through the fight without losses. Okay, 19 prisoners, 1500 gold. But the most important part is that we managed to go through without losses. We can't afford to lose a vampire. They're crucial for the early game, and if we lost a vampire, I would have to reload, so I have to be very careful. Okay, so he still can say something before we kill him. Why did you attack me? Why are you looking at me with those horrible eyes? Why do you have such big teeth? I need to refresh myself before my long journey. Drink his blood. There we go. So this is another quest completed. We can grab some dragonfly eggs. And now we'll probably have to wait for our mana to regenerate. Because there is one more fight marked as invincible that we have to go through before we can disappear in the underground and get out of this island. And we're gonna need mana for this. Problem is, right now we can't regenerate mana that fast. When we look on our skill tree, we want to increase our mana regeneration per turn. We need meditation. There is the 10% mana recovery, increasing by 10% by every level of meditation. And we don't have gems for it. Right now concentration is more important than meditation. So we just stay here for a bit. And maybe we can try, I can show this if you don't know the game. The unit stacks are not completely stationary. They have... or they can be kited around. If you get close enough to them, they'll start following you. Some of them are slower, some of them are faster. And they're often protected, certain items. And some of these stacks can be protecting items that you need to in order to progress into the game. But you are not strong enough to kill those stacks yet, so this is one of the things that we will have to do from time to time, to just kite stacks away from the area that they are guarding and quickly run behind them and grab whatever they were guarding. When we run far enough from them, they just lose contact and slowly return on their original position. So like this, I can now disappear in the catacombs and we could just move on. But this is a fight that we can most likely do without losses, and I'd like to do that. And again, this annoying noise from somewhere here, it's not that loud. How does it look like? 21 mana. Let's wait one more tick, go for 23, and now we just attack. I just hope that this fight is doable. Don't quite remember this one, but I should be fine, I think. 84, 2, 3, yeah, this is fine. We have to, or we'll try to kite the peasants through the trap, and we will burn probably range units down. I'd like to kill the bowmen before they can shoot if possible, because they have abilities, just one time per combat abilities, but they can ignite us, and I'd rather avoid that. Okay, it seems they're doing what we want them to do. It seems that we don't need magic for this anymore. Okay, you can see that the damage from the trap is really, really significant. So that's why it's important to get them. Maybe we can probably do one more poison skull. And we'll still stay long enough in the fight to completely regenerate the mana. That can be a problem for the Let's Play, at least early. Before we get mana flasks, that sometimes you'll just have to wait for the mana to regenerate between combats, and it can take a while, so I might even do some editing from time to time. Okay, let's just focus on those peasants. We need to reduce their numbers. Okay, swords are down. And the same thing as in the previous fight. We'll just keep poking them until they die. Okay, let's transform back, because we are a little bit stronger in the human form. There we go. It was much easier. I could have done this without mana, or almost without mana. I wasn't sure how exactly, or how strong exactly this this group was, so wanted to make sure that I don't screw up something. Okay, so it's another fight without losses. 17 more to go for the first Grand Strategian medal. Almost there. And now we disappear in the catacombs. And this is probably where we are going to make a cut. Because now I'll show you how the catacombs look like. And along the way we can pick up some spider eggs already. But there are some mob packs that are, again, invincible. But these are much stronger than the packs that were on the island. So I don't want to attack them. I will have to kite some of these while I am picking up all these eggs that are along the walls. And you can see that there are quite a few nests everywhere. There are more everywhere. And here are some exits from the... This is the exit to dwarves, that's where we are going to. But before we go there, there are more and more things. Here are some crystals that we're gonna need later to learn spells. Here are some snakes. And there are more corridors with eggs where we want to go. And before we leave this, I want to pick up all these eggs. Because in case something goes wrong, this will be a source of units for us. Until we get like buildings where we can recruit units. And this is gonna take me a while. So I think I'll make a cut here again. Off camera, I'm going to collect all of this. And once I have everything, I will come back in the next part and we will leave these catacombs and go to talk to dwarves. And once we are done with that, we'll slowly get to some really fun fights, because I've already said that a few times. Very early in the game, we will encounter fights that are just ridiculous. And I even know some people who refuse to play Dark Side on the highest difficulty because of these fights that you have to go through early, because they're just way too crazy. But well, enough talking. We are done for this part, so as usual, I hope that you liked it, that you're gonna join me for the next one again, and until then, have a good time. Bye bye.